And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon, friends and traders. JD here for your market recap for July 5th, Tuesday, July 5th, 2022 again. Just filling in for Hogue while he's out on vacation. So if you tuned into the forecast this morning, you saw me talk about the four markets that I actively follow and trade. The ES, the NQ, crude oil, and gold. Being a shortened week and all, I was kind of looking for some sideways action in all those markets, but that's not what happened today. Crude oil and gold both took a nosedive early this morning as inflation fears are growing and the US dollar reached a 22-year high against the euro. I am really happy I didn't try to jump into the markets after being gone for 2 weeks on vacation myself. I would have had a pretty bad trading day, to say the least. What do you say we just get right into it? Let me say hi to everybody that's joining us. Tachyon, hello. Scott Saw, Glitter Sandwich, James, thanks for joining me today. As always, thanks for trusting me with your time. Tachyon, minus 182 for practice account. Got some ideas to test out tomorrow. Good. Keep working on it. Afternoon, Scott. Lost a little today from a psych out, but it's fine. Yeah, just recover, Glitter. These things happen. Like I said, if you caught me this morning, I was on vacation for 2 weeks, and I've just been an active observer all day long. I'm really happy I didn't just jump in. There were a few trades that I felt mildly impulsive about taking on, and I didn't. I'm glad I stayed away. With that, let's get right into it. Let's start off with the E-mini S&P 500. So the ES is still, from what I'm reading from this daily chart, this is the daily chart of the September contract. ES is still looking for some direction. After testing this 20-day moving average overnight, it made a run for last week's lows and recovered. It was expected to see some buyers coming in at these levels, and they definitely showed up. I'm sorry, that was a continuation chart. Here's the daily chart for the September contract. Pretty much same thing. Let's cut over to the 4-hour. I was looking for a test of this 38.80 to 38.60 level, and we got that today, with last week's low at 38 level really holding strong. From the looks of this chart, it feels like still pretty much a two-way trade to me. Cutting over to the 30-minute, take a look at these profiles. You can see the bulk of volume came in here close to the lows of the day, and prices were never really able to breach last Thursday's low after testing last Friday's low. Went on to close above Friday's point of control. You see this line here in blue, but still sort of barely inside the value area, but above the point of control. Overall, this market still feels like it's in consolidation to me. These short-term moving averages, cutting back over to this continuation chart, these shorter-term moving averages are still relatively flat and close above the 10-day moving average, right in between the 10 and 20-day moving average. It was a nice recovery today, but this still looks like a two-way trade to me for now. Let's move on to the the big mover of the day over here on crude oil. So crude oil tumbled more than 10% today, closed below $100 a barrel for the first time since late April, and had its biggest daily drop since early March. I believe the date was in March 9th. And the word for today, traveling around news circles, is recession. If you listen to me this morning again, you know I was not expecting a 10% drop today. Nevertheless, here we are. It was a significant move below lower line of this bear flag right here, which we talked about this morning also, and below the weekly kickoff low on pretty impressive volume. Switching over to the 4-hour, looking at the 4-hour, you could say there's room for interpretation here, but here's the move. I drew this channel line after the open this morning, but this could be most certainly a retest of the line. If you drew it earlier, I can move this around, This could also be your bear flag line, and we just saw a retest of that lower channel line today. Either way, it broke through and it closed below weekly kickoff low. Either way, we got the move, and now analysts are calling for a few that I heard today, calling for $65 oil by the end of the year. As opposed to that Bloomberg article that came out calling for $380 a barrel earlier. I'm sure most of you read that. Taking a look at the 30-minute chart here. Getting into the profiles a little bit. Look at this, just a bloodbath. It melted right through every perceived support level on its way down to this low at 97.43. There was some consolidation coming in here towards the end of the day. But overall, I would say this is a significant close below some significant levels. Overall, looking at this continuation chart, it still has some work to do if it's going to move lower. We do have these, sort of this old descending triangle back here, which is a bearish chart pattern that, if you look at it, failed to follow through. Maybe this whole grind up was just a giant bull trap, or maybe just a little head fake, and we are looking at lower prices going to the end of the summer. We do have a few more levels to clear still, so we'll keep an eye on what's happening there. Overall, what a move today, though. More than 10% lower. Incredible. Over to the NASDAQ. So here we are on a daily chart of the September contract. NASDAQ, it recovered all of its early losses through the day. It tested this 20-day moving average here early this morning or overnight. Then it tried to test last week's lows just like the S, where it was met with some rejection. These moving averages are still relatively flat, and that 20-day moving average would appear to be the line on the sand moving forward for the moment. Checking in on the 4-hour chart. Same thing right here. Test the lows to close on the highs. Moving averages are pointing slightly higher, but this market hasn't found its direction just yet. Scaling back a little, it still appears to be fairly sideways. Now if we take a look at the 30-minute, looking at the 30-minute, played Friday's value area very nicely, low to high. Put the low in right off the opening bar here at 8:30 Central Time this morning. Just glided higher all day with the exception of this minor little head fake right here. Went on to close the highs. Again, this is still looking like sideways action to me. But there was impressive volume right before this rally ensued. Overall, this market might not be as quiet as I thought it would be this week. And it looks like there will be plenty of opportunities to day trade both sides of this market for the next couple days. Next big mover of the day was gold. Did not see this one coming at all today. Strength in the dollar really did a number on gold today, even with recession fears rising. This is a significant close below weekly kickoff level, and a level that's held since late last year. You could see going back to mid-December. So we're still in a previous area congestion. So we might still see some buyers coming in. Let's take a look at what the 4-hour is telling us. There was no room to breathe in this at all if you got caught on the wrong side of this move today. Melted right through last week's low. Pretty solid volume. Little pickup here and after hours trading, but this is a significant down move. Onto the 30-minute. There has been some consolidation here, down here on the lows of the day, since after the break, going into the next session. But I don't see it holding too strong right now. After the price action today, look at the amount of volume traded on this way down. If this is going to hold, we need a pretty significant amount of buyers to step in and try and hold this area. Overall, like I said, I want to see a little follow through from Friday's. I was looking to see a little follow through from Friday's rally, and we just didn't get it. These shorter term moving averages are bending lower, so if we don't get some sort of correction tomorrow, I will look for sellers to step in and defend this 1790 level to force out some more weak longs. Other than that, I would say it was a pretty wild day, not quiet at all like I was expecting. Pardon me. And I'm kind of glad that I stepped away from it all. Let's take a look and see what's happening here. Good afternoon. Hey, everybody. Well, now that we got the markets out of the way, I'm going to be taking a closer look at price action for today. And I'll definitely have a different viewpoint for you tomorrow morning. But to close things out, in the spirit of Dan and Hoag being out, let's do a what happened on this day. On this day in 1989, the first episode of Seinfeld aired. One of my personal favorites. And also on this day in 1975, Arthur Ashe defeated Jimmy Connors in 4 sets of tennis at the 89th Wimbledon Championships. That was a banner event for sure. Other than that, I don't have a lot else to share with you. Yeah, crazy trading day, the micros, for sure. A lot of whips. I was looking for that sideways action. All around, we got it in the equity index futures, but gold and crude oil just fell right out of bed. I'll have some more analysis on this for you tomorrow morning for the market forecast. But if there's no questions coming in, I'll let you guys out of here early today. Thanks again, Onion Safik, Keaton, Bill Phillips, Jan, Charles, James, Glitter, Scott, Tachyon. Thank you all for joining me. I'll give it just another minute for questions to roll in. Otherwise, I'm going to cut it short today. We can all get back to it. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me. I will see you bright and early, 7:45 tomorrow morning for the market forecast. For tomorrow, on the economic calendar, we have FOMC minutes coming out at 1 o'clock Central Time. And that will be the highlight of the day. So keep an eye on that. And I will catch you all tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.